In this documentary series, we spoke with Tony Tangeman, Captain USCG. Tangeman was the Chief of Law Enforcement for the Coast Guard and the project manager for the proof of concept team that determined the Coast Guard could use helicopters to stop go-fasts. This project led to the formation of the Helicopter Interdiction Tactical Squadron.
My name is Tony Tangeman, Captain, U.S. Coast Guard retired. I was the project manager for the proof of concept to determine whether or not we could use minimum force to stop go-fasts with helicopters. Throughout the history of the Coast Guard, every time a challenge would come up, every time there was a crisis, there was always somebody or some people who were able to think ahead, to have the vision to challenge that crisis and beat it. And that's what we did. I was Chief of Law Enforcement, the Office of Law Enforcement at Coast Guard Headquarters, working in the Operations Directorate. The big issue right then was drug enforcement. We were getting killed by the cartels with go-fast boats. They were loading cocaine down in Colombia, 30, maybe 35 feet in length, carried 2 outboard engines on the back. Front half of the boat was full of coke. Rest of the boat was filled with drums of fuel. They could go upwards of 50, 60 miles an hour. They had a range of like 700 miles. They could leave the coast of Colombia at sunset and then be off Puerto Rico, offload their product before sunrise that next day. We could find them, but we couldn't stop them. Our ships couldn't keep up with them. Our small boats couldn't keep up with them. And finally I said, okay, we need to look at using helicopters. U.S. Code said that legally we could stop vessels using warning shots and disabling fire, and that applied not only to our ships but also to our aircraft. Coast Guard policy, in the Air Ops manual, it was forbidden for aircraft to use any type of force. In the law enforcement manual, it was also forbidden to do that.
In late 1998, 6 Coast Guard pilots and 4 enlisted aircrew members developed tactics and procedures to utilize armed helicopters operating aboard Coast Guard cutters to answer the call.
Well, he came back with a nice paper, and in it he laid out the fact that U.S. law, U.S. code said that the Coast Guard could use force, warning shots and disabling fire, if necessary, to gain compliance to get on board a boat. And not only did our ships, were our ships allowed to do that, but our aircraft. It specifically stated aircraft. One thing that was really evident was every time New Frontier went after a go-fast, they stopped it. Whether it was with the helicopters, over-the-horizon combination, 1 helicopter, 2 over-the-horizon boats, or a helicopter and a over-the-horizon boat, or 2 over-the-horizon boats. I mean, the added benefit, it was great. Hit-Run 10 became Hit-Run. They moved to Jacksonville, and that became their home port, so to speak. And I guess the rest is history. My vision was that every cutter that got underway in a law enforcement patrol would carry a hit-run capable helicopter. Every cutter that got underway would carry an over-the-horizon boat, so that when the fleet went out to do their job, they had the best tools available to do that job. We proved to anybody who was interested, JQ Public or the President of the United States, that we were able to respond to any type of challenge that came up.